Hello, everybody. Today, today I think I'm gonna do a little bit of mining and crafting. That's gonna be the new name of the series, I think. But yeah, now since I've covered all the city buildings, of course there might be more things. Maybe I'll scrounge up another little showcase at some point. But no, now that I've got all the buildings done, I think now I'm just gonna be focusing on this big monstrosity right here. The catacombs. Well, the bottom part is called catacombs, but the top part that's going to be more like a sanctuary of sorts. And of course, you'll be able to tell which is which, because the catacombs are going to be kind of use these gradients and it's kind of hazy. But the sanctuary, that's kind of the epicenter of things, so it uses the opposite of gradients, just sharp contrasts. But anyway, time to mine and craft. All right. The reason why all these shulkers are flying is because whenever I excavated all this, I placed these on the top layer, and then this became the top layer, and then that did. So it's kind of a geological survey of sorts. Of course, the top ones are filled with sand and sandstone. You can see here. I guess it kind of helps keep me organized a little bit. I'm bad about organizing my things. If if you've seen my house, you'll see all the shulker boxes strewn about. But get some views of the city. I guess I haven't really got to capture yet. Oh, well, hope you all are doing well, whoever's watching. And I know I'm doing pretty good. It's a little rainy today, but I had some gravy and biscuits for breakfast, and I put some pepper on it, and it was good. That's what the pioneers used to eat. Got my little. To be honest, this smelter isn't very good. It sometimes it eats resources, but I figured wherever it's eating resources, eventually it's gonna get clogged up, and it'll stop eating the resources. Because I've been using this smelter for some years by this point. It's not perfect, but it does get the job done. It gets the job done. Let's see, someone sent me a text message. Hmm. I probably won't film all of the construction of the catacombs just because a lot of it's just repetitive stuff, but I figured I'd cover a little bit of it just to put my thoughts out there in the world, and maybe you all would like watching it. I don't know. I don't know what people like. I'll just take these. Dude. I guess I should also figure out how to not capture Discord pings. You all probably hear those, don't you? Sorry if I'm making you look at your own applications. Just taking a little flight around. I think I might add more trees and stuff to this little neighborhood too. It's a little empty right now. Oh, I'll tell you what else will help. Let's see. Let's get a little bit of volume here. Just say, well, that might be a little bit loud. Let me see. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Hopefully. I'm just digging and building, and it's been a whole process. Really, the longest part of doing all this was just all the excavations. That took a minute. I'm glad I didn't film that. You wouldn't have liked it. But I guess that's what you do when you catacomb. You gotta excavate. Also, excuse my sniffles, it's allergy season. Allergy season. Mine get really bad this time of year. My eyes get all red and puffy. It's bad. I had a bottle of eye drops, but I couldn't find the cap to them, so I just stuck like a thumbtack in the top of it, but the thumbtack came off and it leaked all over my pocket. Now it's empty. I thought it was just rain, because I was walking around in the rain yesterday, trying to get to class. I guess I should really start using an umbrella for as far as I have to go. I feel kind of stupid walking around in the rain, getting drenched. Need to get it lit up down here too. I don't like dealing with this. Get out of here. I'll get it lit up here in a minute. I'm not too worried about dying on this server because it's keep inventory. And I'm alright with that, because what I like to do here is build. Another thing I've kind of noticed about the in-game lighting is that, like, whenever I'm on this side, you can see these little light column things. They're kind of light and glowy whenever it gets onto that edge, but it has to do with the block lighting of the game, because on this side you can see they're dark instead. But I prefer the sides that are kind of light. I think it adds to the ambiance. And this area is supposed to be kind of dark and dingy a little bit, so this is not a complaint about it being dark and dingy. Because like I said before, you know, these are catacombs. They're kind of spooky, and that's alright. Let's see. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7's a lucky number. And that's as high as I've made these openings here. been raining a lot over the past couple of weeks. Like, I think before we got all this system, the weatherman said that we could get up to a foot of rain. I really don't know where it's all going to go. I mean, there's already been a bunch of flooding, and we're getting another system now. It's not a good situation. They call this a once-in-a-generation thing, but I don't believe it. I think it's just going to be normal. I did see the Minecraft Live the other day. They've got. I thought it was really neat. They announced that Happy Gast guy. Hopefully, it'll be a while before I finish with this, so it'll be out by the time I get to the very top parts of this project. So that'll be a big help with doing ceilings and things. Oh, I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but that up there, that's the ice boat highway. It doesn't really go very far, and I keep saying that one day I'm gonna expand it. My dream is that it goes to as close to spawn as it can get without running into claims. But yeah, I don't know. I've found more worthwhile projects, I guess. You can't really appreciate the entire highway anyway, especially since it's just a bunch of these repetitive arches. Like, you can say it goes off into the horizon, but you're not going to sit and ponder on every identical arch. You'd have to be insane to do that. And that's what I like about doing these kinds of things. There's a little bit more variety than just that. Out of stone again. Luckily, I've got a lot of it. If y'all have ever played Super Mario World, you get that cape power up. That's what the Elytra kind of makes me feel like. Except I can't fly infinitely. At least not without rockets. Smelt me some stone. Give me the stone. We're getting there. So I got all kinds of glass. Oh, well, not as much as I used to have. That's alright. Got a lot of it. It's from all that sand I've been digging. There's some people that actually use sand as a currency on this server. I guess they... I couldn't understand why exactly. I mean, I guess it inflates less than diamonds, I guess. I mean, you can get a lot of sand, but I know people like explosives, and people have gunpowder farms, so I guess that's a reason to value it. You could probably just make a currency out of just about anything if you really wanted to. That's why I sell buildings for netherite. I feel like it's a pretty stable currency. At least until the mining events. Every year they have a server mining event. They put this really ore-rich plot of land out there, and it's crazy. They used to display a message in chat every time someone got an ore, so or like a valuable ore like emerald or deeps or diamond or the netherite stuff, and it would just fill up chat. It was spammed for like 3 days on end. But they got rid of that message not too long ago. Maybe a couple months ago, I don't know. Might have been longer than that. But those events, they kind of mess with the economy. Not that there really is an economy. This is mostly just kind of a peaceful building server. Everybody gets along pretty well. It's nice. You put rules in place and it kind of keeps people mellowed out. I definitely couldn't have this if this was an anarchy server. I've tried them before. For some reason, whenever I chose this spot for a base, I did think people could grief somehow. I really don't know what led me to think that because we had the claim system, but I went further out than the random teleport radius at the time, but I really wish I didn't do that. One, because I didn't need to, but also because this now Alabamaville is just kind of really far away from everything else. Like, so here's Alabamaville, and well, spawns like it's way off here in the void somewhere, as well as all the player towns. Of course, people have built their bases further out than mine. I think that the world border only goes out to 300k or so. I think. I could be wrong about that. They might have changed it. I've only been there once or twice. That was a while ago. I haven't really found much reason to be there. Another thing I'm going to have to figure out what to deal with is these little minecart tunnels. These were built before I started excavating everything. Oh, oh, looks like I need to fix that. But these were built before I started excavating everything. And I want to keep them somehow. But you see, they run through everything. So I'm sure there's a way. And I'm going to find a way to make it work. Maybe I'll make it open and it'll just be like a bridge that goes over here. But yeah, I'm going to have to make peace between those two things. Which is alright, because this is going to be like the only big symmetrical part of the catacombs, and then each branch that goes off of it is just going to kind of do its own thing. Because I feel like it would get kind of boring and repetitive if it was all the same all around. But it can be in here, since it adds to the space. I guess I should light it up. Gotta light it up in here. Alright, let's see. Got my cobble. Got my rods. I used to not care much for end rods, but they've kind of grown on me a little bit. You can do quite a lot with them. Oop. That in there. Right. Get out. Get out. I wonder if golden carrots are still the best food source in the game. I kind of made that assumption quite a while ago. I don't know if it's still the case or not, or if it was ever the case. Maybe I was just wrong. I feel like I'd get sick of eating carrots every day. But I gotta keep up my complexion here. Alright. Oh, it's been a while since he's been on here. At least I haven't seen him in a while. Oh, there's V-Pit. Oh, yeah, I forgot he was doing that. Everybody's going and living their lives on here. There's a whole bunch of different. Everybody on here is at different points in their lives. It's kind of funny. There's a couple people on here, and they're like 50 or something. But guess that had to have mean that if they started playing the game whenever it was new, they were only 35 whenever they started. That's kind of weird to think about. But then again, I was in kindergarten in 2009, so what can I say? 2009 was the first year I was aware of years. I got kind of freaked out whenever it turned 2010. I think the ceilings are my least favorite part of this whole ordeal. They're just kind of a pain. That's what I'd like the new ghast for. But it'll be a while till then. I don't want to wait. I started this project before they announced that anyway. This is what I signed up for. Luckily though, once you do this thing a few times, you kind of get a system down. So every time you do a repetitive part, it gets just a little bit easier and a little bit faster. And that's something I think applies to everything. You just gotta get through those first few times, you know. It gets better every time after that. You get used to things, you get a system going, you get in a little groove. But if things are always changing, that's where you gotta watch out, because you don't know what you're doing then. Looks like I need more andesite. Alright, let's see here. Got that. Doot. Doot. I'm glad I used a mix of stone and andesite. That helps me get rid of more of all the products from all the excavation that I've done. I'll probably be building things out of all the other things too, like the diorite and the granite. I'll find something to do with those. And we'll light it up a little bit over here. Not that I really need to, because no one's going to be sleeping here, but I don't know, maybe it'll help me deal with some mobs later. Oh man. Alright. Get this floor going here. Get me some floors. I don't really use I couldn't really figure out how to use schematics or Lightmatica or anything like that. So whenever I want to repeat something, I just fly over there with my free cam and I take a look. I'm not really sure if you're supposed to use free cam on this server, but I'm just using the defense that I don't use it to cheat. I just use it as a building tool. So if any of the staff watches, please don't make me get rid of it. There, there. I'm a big fan of the new tough bricks. I love how kind of, I don't know, they're almost kind of three-dimensional a little bit. I love that, and I like the chiseled. These here, those are great too. Really solid stone additions. People who like to build with grays they've been doing pretty well for themselves over the past few years. I also appreciate all the new brick types they've been adding. I even like the resin bricks. Those are kind of funky. I want to experiment with them. Right. Getting this little floor piece in here. Am I out of tough? Well, that's tough. Am I really out of tough? Oh. Time to go get some tough. Probably make some new night vision potions before I do that. I gotta see in the dark here. I should just install a full bright mod, I think. This is a room of my house I haven't showed off yet. I call it the magic room. All sorts of magical things. It's probably the neatest room in the house. Kind of a hoarder. Might need to take care of this at some point. Almost there. We're getting there. There we go. Take a slug for my chug jug. I think I'm gonna go see the Minecraft movie. I know it's gonna be bad. I might not even like it, but I'm gonna go see it. I'm gonna eat some popcorn at least. I haven't been to the movies in quite a while. Remember, back whenever I was in middle school, me and my dad, we went to see the Han Solo movie. And I think it was like the last showing for the night, and we were asked to bring some popcorn home. 'Cause I guess somebody wanted some movie theater popcorn. I don't blame them. But we went up to the counter after the movie ended, and the guy said that they were done making popcorn for the night and that they were closing up, and we were like, oh, we were kind of disappointed. But he goes, and I don't think he was supposed to do this, but I'm glad he did. He he went around the back, and he got this huge trash bag filled with popcorn, just popcorn, nothing else. And he gave it to us, and it was huge, and it was filled to the brim with, I guess, leftover popcorn that they would have thrown away otherwise. So we brought that home, and we probably ate on that for a month. It didn't go stale. We kept it wrapped up, tied up. That was amazing. A little bit goes a long way with popcorn. I will say that. It's probably the most efficient snack to keep around. Getting it mined away here. Getting it chipped away. Hollowed it out here. I think I'm just gonna get enough to kind of fill in the rest of the floor here. I'll probably do some building off camera. Don't accuse me of using creative, but I am, because I really can't imagine just building with this gray stuff all the time to be the most entertaining for everybody. But of course I don't really know what you'd find entertaining. Maybe it's the commentary, I don't know. Get that filled in. Next layer. It's almost like making a hamburger. You got orders to it. Got my patty, got my cheese. Then I do lettuce and tomato and onion.